Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now today I'm reviewing this Class 1 electric mountain bike from Bulls Bikes called the Copperhead Evo AM4. The AM4 is loaded with the best in shocks, brakes, shifters, motor, and tires, which I'll be discussing in greater detail throughout the review. It's also their top of the line model with a price tag of $7,999. Now I spent the last 3 weeks riding almost 100 miles on a variety of green, blue, and black rated trails in the desert of southern Utah. My hope is to give you guys a sense of what the Copperhead can do in some pretty gnarly terrain. Now I wasn't paid by Bulls to make this review, however they did loan me the bike for a few weeks, which I have recently returned. One look at the Copperhead and you know this bike means business. Not only does it look tough and mean, the paint job is excellent. This is one of the better looking bikes I've had the opportunity to review. The 6061 aluminum frame comes in two sizes, 44 and 48 centimeters. Bulls bikes are known for their strong welds. I was on the phone with one of their marketing guys the other day who said they never have had a frame break. The bike is balanced very well with good weight distribution. I was able to ride without hands right off the bat. It's by far the most stable bike I've ever been on. The AM4 weighs 55 pounds and has a rider weight of 250. Now that is on the safe side. They say it should be able to handle more, that's just what they recommend. The Bosch Gen 4 CX motor is the most sophisticated motor I've seen on a bike and is the highest performance motor they make. The motor has a sensor that takes more than 1,000 measurements per second that will increase or decrease the power, depending on how much pressure is applied to the pedals. For example, on the flats I felt the power start to fade away even though my speed was the same. When I'd hit a small hill or rougher part of the trail, not so much where I had to switch gears, I could feel the motor kicking in to pass through the obstacle. It made the ride so much easier and more enjoyable as I didn't have to switch gears as much and just relied on the motor to give and take away power as needed. This new motor for 2021 has been upgraded to produce 85 Newton meters of torque. They say it accelerates faster, especially at a low cadence, and makes uphill starts much easier. And I'd have to agree with that. I hate to say it, but I was definitely the weakest link on the trails, and there were many times I didn't make an obstacle or sharp turn and had to hop off the bike. Most bikes I'd have to walk up the hill, but not this. The power is instantaneous, but not too much where it feels jerky. I was able to get going on some pretty steep slopes. Now my favorite feature was the advanced emtb mode. This is one of the 4 modes the bike has. There's also Turbo, Tour, and Eco. Turbo delivers 340% more of what you put in. Tour delivers 140%, and Eco 60% of what you put in up to 20 miles per hour. emtb mode is like an automatic transmission that switches between all other modes as you need or don't need power. So on the flats it will kick down to Eco to conserve battery life, then switch over to Turbo for some hills, and then a mixture of all three through rock gardens and sharp turns. They say the improved adjustment helps with better traction control in all gears and enables power on demand. The last addition they made to this new motor was extending the boost, which gives a little more power to push through rocks, roots, and steps with just a little kick and right pressure on the pedal. The AM4 has 12 speeds with an XTR derailleur, cassette, and shifters. The shifters are very fast and smooth, by far the best I've felt. A full press on the downshift lever can cycle through all the gears in one motion, while shifting up changes the gears one at a time. There's also hydraulic 203mm XTR Shimano brakes. This is the largest size of rotor Shimano offers, which creates the strongest braking power. These higher end brakes are something else. They are abrupt but smooth at the same time. I was laughing at some of the obstacles I was able to stop on, especially on larger drops and steeper hills. The Copperhead comes with a Swalby Magic Mary tire in the front and a Hans Dampf in the rear. The tires and rims are specifically designed for e-bikes to handle the extra weight. They are mid-fat tires at 2.8 inches wide. They say this offers better stability for sand, which I did test out. I hit a 100-foot section and never had to step off. They also say they stick to the trail better, which I can definitely agree with. In the 100 miles I rode the bike, I can think of 1 or 2 times where I actually felt the tire slip, and even then it wasn't enough to make me nervous. Now the tires are 27.5 inches. They say that's a happy medium between agility and the ability to roll over obstacles. The AM4 has a RockShox Lyric Ultimate Charger suspension in the front and RS Deluxe Debonair in the rear. These air shocks are something else. I was gliding over rock gardens and some crazy parts of the trail with ease. Now they can be customized to your weight, and the rebound can be set either fast or slow. Fast for more technical terrain, which does make the ride a little bumpier, but make sure you don't bottom out the shocks. Or slow for easier trails that make the ride more comfortable and smooth. For the range test I did, I started out on Turbo from my house and rode to the trailhead 2 miles away. I then spent the next 2 hours on a green rated trail in emtb mode. Not sure if any of you have ever ridden the Cove Wash Trail in St. George, Utah. It's very flat and sandy. I then rode to another green rated trail 4 miles away on turbo mode. Once I hit the trail, I switched back to emtb. The trail starts green, then switches to blue, then black, then back to green. Once off the trail, I switched back to turbo and rode home. When I got back, I had 7% battery life with a total distance of 31.3 miles. My app recorded just under 28. The next day, after charging up the 36-volt 17.7 amp hour battery, which takes 4.9 hours to do so, I went out with my riding buddy on some blue and black rated trails. He had his app on that day and said we hit 25 miles in 3 hours of riding. I looked at my battery and saw I had over 50%, so I'm thinking for blue and black trails, without a lot of sand, you could reach around 50 miles on emtb mode, if you're close to my weight of 190 pounds. The AM4 has a kiosk display. Bolt says this is the best for e-bikes. On the left of the handlebars is the control pad with up, down, left, right, and select. The new features on the display include navigation when paired with your smartphone, so you're able to record your ride and follow trails easier. You're also able to select a variety of data that interest you the most, like speed, range, trip distance and time, power usage and cadence, average and max speed, heart rate, calories, and battery life. The display can also be taken off, which disables the power, acting as a lock for the bike. The AM4 comes with a dropper seat post with a range of 100 to 125 millimeters, a Monkey Link Connect system to easily install lights, and a 5-year warranty for the bike frame, 1 year for paint and decals, and a limited warranty on bike components. So that wraps up the review. If you got a sec, hit that like button and let me know what you liked or didn't like in the comments. Always trying to make these reviews as helpful as possible. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.